Good evening, my dear Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. Warm welcome to meeting number 1344. A delightful meeting is awaiting you today. So the theme of today's meeting is life is about having fun. So this theme reminds me of more than a decade ago when I was awaiting my GATE exam results. So I was hoping to get into already a top 50, but I ended up getting a rank of 254. I was devastated as I wasn't sure if I could get into my desired stream in any of the IITs. So I then had to travel to multiple IITs like Kanpur, Delhi, Mumbai, etc. to give interviews. So this was my first solo travel in so many years. And when I went to so many places, I realized that when I experienced so many types of food, culture, and people, I realized that there is so much more to life than just studies and exam and future. So life can be an incredibly fun and beautiful experience if only we care to look around us. So moving on, let me remind you all about the 3 directives of today's meeting. Number 1, please do not walk around or move around when someone is speaking, as it can be a bit disturbing for the speaker. Number 2, please do not say anything offensive in political, religious or gender-related context. Number 3, women are the most important objects in today's world, but for the duration of this meeting, can you please put your phones on silent? I'll give you 10 seconds for that. Now the next speaker to come on stage is someone who never knew if life could be a fun experience. Seeing her kids grow completely changed that perception and made her life so much joyful. Please put your hands together for one of the most liveliest persons I ever know. Madam President Hannah Victoria.
Master for bringing the house in order, and thank you for being back after 2 weeks. It's good to have you back. A very good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests.
Good evening.
I declare meeting number 1344 as open. To please raise your hand. Great. Any of you, one of you, can please tell us what made you come to the Bangalore Toastmasters Club?
I work with Sensor Technologies as a senior software engineer. So improving leadership skills and everything. So I googled it and came to know Toastmasters. So I'm here to improve communication skills and leadership skills.
Thank you so much. Members, how do we welcome our guests? Communication is just like a clap. When we communicate, and what we communicate, the intent with what we communicate is understood by the audience or the person who we are speaking with, then it is a clap. It's a two-way street. The Bangalore Toastmasters Club, we meet every Friday, same time, every Friday. And we are a 25-year-old club, one of the finest, oldest and largest clubs in India. If you would like to know more about Toastmasters or our club, you can please contact our Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Surekha, during the break, and she will explain to you. Our secretary, Toastmaster Bruno, had sent out the minutes of the meeting 1343 both by WhatsApp and email. Any amendments to the minutes presented? Shall you consider it as passed? Okay. I pass minutes of the meeting 1343. Now I take fun very seriously. So when today the theme of the meeting was life is about having fun. So I thought I'll explain it like an acronym. F stands for finding out what your passion is, what you love to do. And there are several examples of how people have been very successful following what they love to do. Say Ankur Bariku or Steve Jobs, or in our club, DTM, Dr. Rajdeep Manwani. They've all excelled in their field. This I would term as a love marriage. Then, but many of us, we don't follow a particular path. We just go, but we still excel and we still learn to enjoy. That I would call as an arranged marriage. An example of that would be Indra Nui. She excelled in what she did. She didn't pursue that career. So be it an arranged marriage or a love marriage, having fun, excelling in what you do adds to your life. The U is understanding that everything in life has a time. There's a time to plant and there's a time to uproot. There's a time to kill and there's a time to heal. There's a time to tear down and there's a time to build up. There's a time to be silent and there's a time to speak up. There's a time to hold and there's a time to fold. There's a time to be single and there's a time to mingle. So my friends, everything in life has a reason and a season. That understanding that adds fun to your life. And the third, N. Nobody can make it alone. There is a stanza in a poem which says, "No man is an island by itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main." So none of us can make it alone. We need kith and kin, colleagues, family to make it in life, to make an impact, to make our life meaningful. So my friends, I wish each of you all the fun in life. Moving forward, I'd like to now introduce to you the Master of Ceremonies, or the Toastmaster of today. She's basically a master at everything she does, be it coming on stage, giving her speeches, storytelling, entertaining, or her table topics. She aces it. She loves to do social service, and she is a mentee of our founder president, Toastmaster Robinson D'Souza. She's like the kid in school who many would like to be around with, would like to be her friend. Her preparation for the meeting started on Monday itself. She told us, all the ladies who are taking roles, please wear green. Today is the color of green in the festival of Navratri. So she's done so much, she's put in so much of efforts for this meeting. Please join me to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Teresa.
Life is all about fun. If you're not happy, can we have fun? So are we all happy today?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Can you show it?
Yes.
Come on, join with me. Clap. If you're happy and you clap your hands. If you're happy and you show it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you show it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you show it, clap your hands. Wow! Now this is real fun. Why we are so happy today? There are two reasons. Reason number one, today is the 5th day of Navratri. 5th day of Navratri says happiness, because it started from Monday. You got name, fame, health and wealth, and today we are on 5th day is happiness. And reason number two is we have all gathered here. There's a saying, individual is like a drop, and when we are joined together like an ocean. So we are all in an ocean. And the reason being here for this convenient meeting for what? Yes?
Induction.
See, he's so much happy. He's come here for induction as a Toastmaster member. You're right. Now, to get you inducted, there should be a one pioneer. He's none other than Raj Sharif. 98 years ago, he founded this club in Santa Ana, California, US. And our club, in 1998, by Mr. Robinson D'Souza. What is common in both founders? 98 years ago and 1998. And we have, for the guests, we are just telling you, we have 3 sessions in the club. First is prepared speech, second is a table topic, and third is a general evaluation. Sorry, my throat. And today, as the 4th week, as newly inducted member said, after the prepared speeches, we have an induction. So I felt this the first session is a prepared speech session, like the boy goes to propose it. The time when he goes to propose, what he does, wears good dress, fully prepared, takes mentorship from his cousins or neighboring boy or anybody, and goes and proposes with the full preparation. Similarly, here the members prepare well with the help of their mentors and these project guidelines and prepare their speech. After proposing, second segment, dating, that is what called a table topic session. During that session, what happens? Questions will come, just like a missile. The boy should be get ready, whichever the girl says. He should be on his toes. Of course, girls too, Priyanka says, why not me? Yes, even girls should be on their toes. That is called table topic session. And third session, over, proposal is over, dating over. Third is ours is in Toastmaster is a general evaluation. What is in our life? Big fat wedding. During that session, after the session, family, head of the family comes. Yes. How did everybody do? How was the event manager? How was the priest? How was the decoration? How was the temperature of the AC? How much was the spice? Sugar was more or salt was less or it was spicy, pungent? Yes. That is how we have here general evaluation session where a well-experienced Toastmaster comes and scans all goal takers 200% on TMOD2 and says, gives recommendation. No, first commendation, then gives recommendation. That is what Raj Sharif has already set the rules. First you comment what they do, then you recommend. I am stressing is this because of my. And then we have to move to now the first session. Before moving that, this general evaluator cannot do big personality, right? Or senior most. So on general evaluator's cap, there are 3 diamonds. We have a first diamond, prosperity, Toastmaster. Aishwarya, as in an interior designer, I request you to read out the timer rule.
Good evening, everybody. We have 3 speakers, and the time allotted by first and third speaker is 5 to 7 minutes. I will be showing the green card for 5 minutes, yellow card for 6 minutes, and finally red card for 7 minutes. And the second speaker, I will be ringing a bell once for 10 minutes, and another bell for 13 minutes, and the final bell will go at 15 minutes. That will be 2 bells. Thank you.
out the role of accountant.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As an accountant, it is my responsibility to keep track of filler words or this kind of words that are used. So this is going to start from the beginning of the meeting till the adjournment. At the end of the meeting, when General Evaluator calls me, I'll inform everyone. So who controlled the best words? So over to you.
Thank you. The third diamond of G's crown is true to his name, fair and handsome. Check your dictionary later after the meeting. Is the entrepreneur who was already rewarded or awarded. I request Toastmaster Alan to read out the role of grammarian.
As the grammarian, I will be pointing out the good usages and the not so good usages in today's meeting. I'm also responsible for introducing the word of the day. The word of the day is convivial, which actually means being of a pleasant and friendly manner or attitude. For example, the BTMC meeting ended on a convivial note with wonderful snacks by Surekha. Right? On that note, the person who uses the word of the day the most, will get seconds of the snacks available again.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Are you all set for first session?
Yes.
Good. Now the first speaker, can the first speaker raise her hand? Oh yes. First speaker is so lucky. She has been evaluated. She's going to evaluate. Grammarian, I'm correct. She's going to evaluate by, she's going to be evaluated by our B3 area director, Nagesh, who is very passionate about Toastmasters. As we know, his HPL project of his for DTM. Many people have attended there. Yes, I request Toastmaster Nagesh to read out the guidelines.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today, the first speaker, Toastmaster Sahana, is attempting a speech which is to learn basic methods of speech writing with a defined purpose and present a speech on any topic. The speech duration would be 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to the speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nagesh. Our first speaker is attempting the second speech as our evaluator system level 1 from Pathway Dynamic Leadership with the title Embrace the Journey. Her opinion on today's theme is the day you stop caring about what others say or think, it is when you start living and having fun. Get that? Toastmaster Sana, I welcome you to present your speech.
Before I begin, I would like to ask each one of you to take a moment and ask yourself, what does health and fitness mean to you? I would like to provide a general as well as personal insight about what it means to be healthy and fit. Health and fitness are like two sides of a coin. One must remain fit in order to maintain good health. In today's contemporary world, it has become all the more essential that we maintain our health and physique. With the growing needs of people, tension, anxiety, stress are one of the most common problems in modern life.
that's when I started my fitness journey. Body shaming does not have to be only for people who are overweight, but it can also happen to people who are underweight. People who do it might not realize that when a prolonged shaming is done, it can mentally affect the person. Since I started my fitness journey, initially it was not easy to be regular. I used to use all the creativity in the world to come up with unique excuses just to skip gym. But then I went back and reflected on why I started this and began to take one day at a time. A month of being regular, I had fallen in love with it and I wouldn't skip a single day. It made me realize that eating right doesn't just include eating the right food, but also eating it at the right time and the right quantity. Studies say that people who are stressed out have more tendency to have junk food. And these things related to complicated health issues. Except that in my case, I lose the little bit of appetite I have. Speaking of all this, why I'm speaking about this is, when we speak about health and the dynamics of health and fitness, right, we have to acknowledge that it is both, mental health is as important as physical health. Many people suffer from potentially debilitating stress-related health issues, and they don't even realize it. The mental awareness is it's lacking so much that most of the time they're not even aware that they're suffering from a stress-related health issue. Last year, I had an injury where I was advised by my doctor to rest for 6 whole months. And being someone who had fallen in love with fitness, it was so hard for me to sit at home and not be able to go out, not be able to work out. Especially with the mundane routine of working in front of my laptop for 8 to 10 hours a day, it started to stress me out. That's when I was suggested to try meditation and mindfulness. You won't believe the kind of changes that it brought in me. It made me relax and refocus my attention on something more calming. When we think of the mechanisms we can use to overcome stress, yoga, meditation, and mindfulness are one of the most effective ones. They are the most effective ones. Sometimes it can be as simple as just going out on a run. You can even just follow a hobby that you like. For example, I used to just pick up my guitar, learn a song that I like, and just sing along, and that would make me just forget everything else in this world. Fitness is not just about going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. It is about the changes that you bring into your lifestyle along with it. It is about the changes that you bring to your food habits, to your sleeping habits, and also drinking sufficient water. Although I started this journey so that I would stop myself from being bullied with all those comments, over time I realized that it is much more than this. It made me stronger mentally and physically. We can't change every little thing that happens in our life, right? But what we can change is the way we look at it, the way we experience it. Even till today, I wouldn't define myself to be someone who's living the ultimate healthy life, because I believe that fitness is not a destination but a journey. Thank you.
One sentence. Change the way you look. I too do the same thing. Change the way I look it, and I imagine I am a slim like Sahana. Sahana is taking perception. And the second speaker's evaluator, one who believes that we can have fun only after working hard. He is a senior finance professional, and I request Toastmaster Ganesh Bhai to read out the project guidelines.
Thank you, DT and Lisa. For Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening.
Good evening.
Speaker is attempting speech from Level 4 optional project titled Question and Answer Session from Leadership Development Part. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about and practice facilitating a question and answer session. The purpose of this speech is for the member to practice delivering an informative speech and running a well-organized question and answer session. The member is responsible for managing time, so there is adequate opportunity for growth. Timer, please note, speech length is 15 to 20 minutes. And all the best to the direct speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ganesh. I will call you as a good Samaritan. Came from the last time. Now, our second speaker is a professor and director of academic research at CP College of Commerce. Timer, please don't show the card to me now. He is a triple postgraduate with a PhD degree. He secured the gold medal for topping both MCOM and MPhil examinations in the University of Mysore. Elected speaker, president awardee, TEDx speaker, voracious reader, and he published several research articles and presented several papers on education and management in various national and international seminars. The list goes on. Today, he is presenting a speech from Level 4 from Pathway of Leadership Development with the title Thinking In and Out. Please join with me to welcome Dr. Raj Sharif, Thinking In and Out.
My friend Satish was appointed as a plantation manager for a tea plantation in Coor in a hilly region. He had this habit of getting up early every day in the morning, and whenever he got up, he saw that there were two lengths of lanterns coming down from the left side and the right side of the hill. So when he asked his assistant manager, why are there so many lanterns, people holding lanterns coming down to the left side and the right side of the mountain, of the hill? The assistant manager said, no sir, actually these plantation workers, they live on top of the hills, but to perform their daily morning ablutions or toilet activities, they come down on the left side and the right side. But he said, then why don't they have toilets on the top? No sir, they can't, they don't have any toilets on the top, and if they just perform their ablutions on the top, you will get flavored tea, you will get normal tea, right? So it's better they come down and... He said, no, this is inhuman. They have to walk down 10 minutes, 15 minutes to do their morning ablutions. Not possible. I have to change this. So he requested the director of the company, and he got an amount sanctioned for 20 lakhs to build a brand new spanking toilet complex right on top of the hill near the workers so that they could perform their morning ablutions there. He was so happy he had done such a beautiful job of the whole thing. For 2 months, there were no lanterns coming down from the left side and the right side of the hill. But after 2 months, when he got up, he again saw the same lanterns. He was a little concerned. So he called one of the workers and he said, why is this again? There are people going down. He said, no sir, we don't want to use the toilet complex on top. He said, why? He said, no sir, we work very hard from morning to evening, sir. We don't get any time to interact and socialize. The only time we get was in the morning when I'm behind one bush and the other person is behind the other bush. We will never come to know whether Kempaya's daughter ran away with Manchaya's son. And you have created this toilet and you have blocked every one of us. The whole toilet complex is still lying unused after several months. This is one of the most common reasons why solutions to problems do not work. Because we don't think in the right way. Patanjali in the Yoga Sutra has said that there are 3 ways of thinking in order to solve a problem. They are called tarka, or plain logical thinking. And this was a classical case of plain logical thinking where he thought that building a toilet complex will work. And plain logic will never work. A is equal to B and B is equal to C and A is equal to C is only a mathematical identity. It never works in real life. I had a student who said, I love my teacher and my teacher loves his daughter, so I love my teacher's daughter. That doesn't work. So logical thinking doesn't work. Patanjali said the second mode of thinking is called Kutarka or fraud logical thinking, where you manipulate your thinking in such a way to justify your own solution. Don't we do it all the time? We want to go on a diet and we want to be fit, and then today they serve us donuts and those nice sweet puffs, and they will say, forget it, yeah, let's eat today. Then from tomorrow onwards, we'll always start eating. You're logically manipulating because animals eat when they're hungry, human beings eat when food is free. So you will definitely take advantage of the situation and you leave. Or you will always say, I'm not going to go and exercise today, it's drizzling in the morning, I'll get corona again. All this is manipulative thinking, and if you use fraud logical thinking or manipulative thinking, it doesn't work. What is the solution then? The solution is the third path, which is called Vitarka or breakthrough thinking. When you think in a different manner to solve a particular problem. When I was in my college in my 12th, I had taken up a subject called statistics, and there was a concept called theoretical or normal distribution, which is a bell-shaped curve. And I didn't know how to solve the problem because I couldn't see. And every teacher told, no, it's impossible for you to actually solve a normal distribution problem because you can't see, you can't imagine what it is. But there was one teacher called Dr. Vignesh who called me to the staff room and he said, let's solve this problem for you once and for all. He put a towel on his head from the left side to the right side. He made me touch it and he said, this is a normal distribution curve. He made me touch his nose and said, this is a mean, median and mode. And the entire solution flashed in front of me. He had used a breakthrough thinking approach to solve a problem. If I have published so many research papers, if I'm good at statistics today, it's only because somebody thought out of the box. But the question arises, how do we develop this breakthrough thinking or Vitarka? Let me give you some solutions which have been formulated by experts in order to achieve breakthrough thinking. The first is called the solution storming or the brainstorming approach, where you sit together with different minded people and just exchange ideas. And as the ideas are exchanged, sometimes you get a flashy idea which will work. There was this very famous company in the USA called Rut, which used to make cockroach sprays and insecticides. Their sales had dropped manifold over a period of time, and they came together in a meeting to discuss how they can solve the problem. After several rounds of thinking about the solution, they came out with a brilliant solution. They launched a sales promotion program whereby they had 5 American fat, healthy cockroaches set out in the drains of Milwaukee, USA, and they said whoever finds the cockroach will get $10,000. But the problem is that you shouldn't smash it, so it should be brought dead or alive, but it should not be smashed. And they released pocket sprays of Rut cockroach spray across the city. There was a gold rush. Everybody wanted that $10,000. Women used to send their men out early, please, I want to catch a cockroach. On bus stations, in the buses, everybody carrying those pocket sprays of Rut. And finally, the sales went up by 4,000% in 30 to 45 days. They had to stop the program. 3 fat cockroaches were caught, $30,000 went down the drain, but the sales had increased by $240,000. All because they had solution stormed or brainstormed their ideas. The second way in which you can build up your breakthrough thinking is, I'm not going to tell you the method straight away. Let me tell you a small incident and that will help you to understand what it actually means. There was this boy called Sukumar who was studying in a school in the outskirts of Coimbatore, and his principal used to arrange presentation of science projects every Saturday. And this boy was supposed to present along with his friends on the Saturday. But by Friday night, nothing had happened. And all his friends said, oh my God, we can't do anything. What do we do? We haven't prepared the science project at all. How do we solve this problem? He said, don't worry. Go to the fields and get 3 goats and come. So they went and they got some goats. He numbered the goats, and in the night he opened the gates of the school, left the goats inside, closed the gates and came out. The next day morning, when the gates were opened, there was pandemonium. Everybody seeing goat poop around, goats are running around, and All the teachers had to run around and they finally found those 3 goats. But the search continued. The principal said, no, we cannot let this go on. And everybody is wondering why. The reason was that when Kumar had actually numbered the goats, he had numbered it 1, 2 and 4. Everybody was looking for that missing goat which did not actually exist. Now the reason I told you this was, this solution is called as problem reframing or solution focus. When you reframe the problem is that I cannot submit my project. But if I work on the project, anyway I will not be able to do it. So what's the next best alternative? The next best alternative is that the project should be called off. And the project will be called off only if the principal finds something where he will have to call off the classes, and he reframed the solution. When I got into teaching, everybody said you can't write on the board how you explain financial management, income tax. I reframed the problem. I said, let's do it another way. Why don't I sit with the student a day before, solve the solution with them, income tax or financial management, and ask one of the students with the best handwriting to write on the board. Now they don't have to see my handwriting on the board to actually understand the problem. Whoever handwriting they see, they want the explanation for it. I reframed the entire problem. There were never any complaints of handwriting problem with my class because the student with the best handwriting used to write on the board, and the entire problem was solved. So next time just shift the problem by looking at the solution and reframing the problem in a better way. Now coming to the third one. Let me tell you another story. Rusi Modi was the chairman of Tata Steel from 1984 to 1993, and in 1991 there was a very strange problem which actually happened. In one of the meetings with all the employees, one of the workers said, "Sir, there is something really wrong with our company." He said, "What happened?" He said, "Sir, I am a worker and the toilets of the workers stink, but the toilets of the managers are extremely spick and span and clean. You are not performing your duties because it is a lack of equity." Rusi Modi got a little worried. He called the maintenance manager and he said, "How long will it take to fix the problem? I want the workers' toilets to be as clean as the toilets of the managers." The maintenance manager said, "It will take at least 1 month." Rusi Modi said, "No, I will solve this problem in a day." The next day he called for a carpenter. He said, "Please exchange the boards. Put the workers' toilet board on the managers and put the managers' board on the workers." The maintenance manager worked overnight to get the toilets clean. In fact, he said that every 15 days you will have to change the boards so that we don't know who's the workers and what is the managers. Now, what had Rusi Modi done? He had broken down and simplified the problem. Sometimes we don't look at the problem because we think in a complicated way. If you can just simplify it and see what is the simplest solution I can arrive to this problem. And if you arrive with the simplest, just ask yourself this question: what is the simplest solution to this problem? And when you look at the simplest solution to the problem, you will definitely create a brainwave to solve the problem. So just remember the 3 S's of breakthrough thinking: solution storming or brainstorming, solution focus or problem reframing, and simplifying the solution. And that's how you achieve breakthrough thinking. Let me end with a quote of Robert Kennedy where he said, "Some people look at the world and see how it is and say why. I look at the world as it should be and say why not." So next time when you're faced with a problem, just think differently and say why not. You will find the solutions to your problems. Thank you so much. Now I'm open for questions. How much time did I take, Aishwarya?
12 minutes or 12 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yeah, so we can, I open it up for questions.
So, question from you, sir.
What's your question?
So, Guru here, sir.
So,
when we're talking about problem solving, how we can decide, where, which problem, which solution or which problem solving, where to go with which problem? See, when problems comes, it's all a dynamic. It will not come static. So in a theory we can talk about this particular problem, but in practical, right, problems are different. So how to go about it? Is there any way of sequence that okay, go with the first direct method, or maybe I go with a different method?
So there are two things you are asking. One, you are telling that the problems are dynamic. Very, very true. They are extremely dynamic. Problems keep changing. But what you have to do is, at that point of time, what is the best solution? Your solution today when you are facing the problem is this. Might be tomorrow it will be different. You will have to think of a different problem. And as you said, in the practical world, you might have theories for solving problem solving. But everything in life, unless it's implemented, is always theory. Correct, Rama? You can have a manual on public speaking, it's theory. But when you come up and speak, it is a solution. That's why I gave you examples of practical people who solved problems. Lucy Modi, who solved the problem. The true incident of that boy, Sukumar. So I gave you where they faced a problem and they solved it. So might be just to categorize them, I have given you these PSs, but in real life might be you have to merge different solutions and see what works for you at that particular point of time. But everything is theory in writing, but practically applicable, it differs from person to person. It differs from individual to individual, and at that point of time, whatever the best solution, you can solve it at that particular point of time. Might be combine simplification and brainstorming, and these are only three which I gave you. If you look at my literature on problem solving and lateral thinking and all, you'll find like 15 solutions, 15 different ways. But what I thought at this time and within this particular point of time, I thought these were the most relevant, so that's why I told you.
Can I Rajdeep? Rajdeep?
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, Rajdeep, for the wonderful speech. See, problem solving and decision making walk hand in hand. And problem solving, like for people, are very good when they are able to make program decisions in their domain. But when it comes out of their domain, happens out of their domain, they are not able to make non-program decisions. How can we help them make non-program decisions very well?
Very true. So you might not have solutions for all problems. So at that time you will have to consult. That's why I gave you the concept of brainstorming. Consult with somebody. So for example, let's say I have a technical problem in my computer. I'm not able to solve it. I will not be able to read a book and solve it unless I consult a computer expert. I had a problem in preparing my resume. I will go to a resume expert and tell him, okay, do this for me, and he might come up with a better solution. So we work in an interdependent world where might be we cannot solve our problems, but by meeting different people, looking at different ideas, reading about different ideas, we can always solve different problems. There's a famous saying, it's all about matter. People who matter in that particular subject and people who have matter in that subject. So if you have the head, so if I have a financial solution, I can ask Ganesh Bhai. If I have a problem on computers, I can ask Vivek. So you have people who will help you out in solving those problems, especially if it is not in your particular domain. So that's why there's a famous saying that always meet different people and read different things, so that your scope of finding out solutions to the problems become much wider. You'll meet somebody who will give you a different idea, and you'll read different things which will give you a different.
So we can do one more question. Then we will wind up.
So Priyanka, I have a question. So generally when there is a problem, it's always suggested to know the root cause of the problem and address it.
Yes.
But every time it's not possible to go to the root cause, probably because of the span of time given to give a solution for the problem. The reason could be many. So many times the solution is always just given on the view of it, but not seeing the root cause. So what would you like to say on this? Because I have seen not going to the root cause, just giving a solution leads to a lot of other repercussions of problems, and a focus on that is not given. Only an immediate solution is given most of the times.
My solution is, my answer to that is, if you want a long-term solution, you always go to the root cause, correct? So for example, if you have a migraine or a headache, the temporary solution is you take a headache pill. that's okay. It will go off for the 5-6 hours and it's okay. But if you want to permanent cure for migraine, find out why is the migraine there. Is it because my eyesight is poor that I'm getting these headaches? Or is it because I have some stress so I have to do something about it? Or is it because I'm reading too much? So unless you go to the root cause, you will keep taking headache pills for the rest of your life. So unless you go to the main solution or to the root cause of any problem, it will never get solved. Temporary solutions are always there. But I think so for a permanent solution, you need to always look at the root cause, correct? You can put a spray on a carpet which is smelling, but unless you remove the dead rat from under the carpet, it will continue smelling. So the root cause has to be identified. So my solution is that might be if you don't have time at that point of time, okay, yeah, I'll solve this problem at this particular point of time, but over a long run, it's always the root cause which will make the difference. Thank you so much.
Thunders of applause again. Sir, for this wonderful speech. Wish I had listened this or heard this 2 years ago. So many problems are going to solve. Or at least I would have thought out of the box and again inside of the box I have solved many problems for my personal life, not about career plan. Now we are going to third speaker of the day. Before that, I would like to call the third evaluator for the day, who is a foodie and loves to travel places that have historical significance. Her thought on today's theme is, she believes in enjoying every moment of the fullest, let it be fun or enjoyment, sad or anger. What this evaluator says is, which remains constant. Everything will go out one day. So why to bother? Have fun. So I call our Division B event chair, Toastmaster Priyanka Ranore, to read out the guidelines of the third speaker.
The speaker is attempting Project 1, Level 1 from Presentation Mastery Pathway, and the purpose of the project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka. Today's third speaker shares his thought about today's theme is, life itself is fun. We just have to learn how to handle it with positive spirit. Look at that. I want to meet him after the meeting. Let us welcome an IT professional, Toastmaster Saurabh, with thunders of applause, with his title of speech, Time Bank. Time Bank.
Help me. One morning, when I heard this call in agony, I was wondering, who is crying for help? Soon I realized that this is my landlord auntie who was crying for help. I immediately jumped out of my bed and rushed to her downstairs. Good evening, all Toastmasters.
Good evening.
When I reached to landlord's home in the ground floor, I saw a painful scene. My landlord uncle fell down on the floor and auntie was trying to lift the uncle back on his feet. But because of high pain, he was not able to stand up and auntie was still crying. Imagine, they both were above 80 years old senior citizen living alone because they did not have any children. This incident happened in 2010 when I moved to Bangalore to join my current company. At that time, I was staying in this duplex building on rent, and at that time I was staying in first floor, and my landlord couple were living alone in the ground floor. On that fateful day, somehow auntie and myself managed to take uncle to the hospital, and then we found that the uncle got a fracture leg and had to go through surgery. After a few days, uncle came back to home from the hospital and started recovering. During that recovering period, uncle needed some help while walking because he was still not fully recovered and needed some support. My auntie, who was above 80-year-old, was quite weak and was not able to help uncle. I was able to help both uncle and auntie during that time till the uncle recovered and become normal. That whole experience brought lots of thought in my mind. Today, I am able to help these senior citizen couple. But what about thousands of senior citizens living across the globe, and they are when they are in need of service but not getting service? Why can't we have some kind of system available where we can have two pools of citizens, where one pool can have a list of those citizens who are in need of service, on the other side where we can have a set of citizens who are ready to volunteer service to other person in need. Through this curiosity and thought, I searched around and then came to the concept of time bank. How many of you ever heard about time bank? Anyone? Any guess? No one. Look like the concept is completely new. I can understand because it is not common in India. Of course, it is a bit present in the Western countries. For those who don't know what is time bank, it is very innovative way of providing community service to those who are in need, and then credit your servicing time in time bank account. Listen, this is time bank account. How the system works? By joining time bank system, member agree to participate in the system where they earn and spend time. So here they exchange time instead of money. They exchange time, skill, service instead of money. When one person take any service from any other team member or any other member, they can utilize their accumulated time service and then transfer it to other person who has provided that service to person. On the other side, if a person is providing service to someone else, like for example, if the person provides 1 hour of service to some other person, then they will earn one-time credit and it will be credited to their time bank account. This is how the whole system works. Now the question is that how it is implemented. The time bank system is implemented with the help of a software platform where some member list services which they are ready to offer along with time, location, depending on their availability. And on the other side, some member list down services which they are needing. So, if a person is providing a service to someone else, that person can get a credit of time credit depending on how many hours that person spent, like 1 hour equal to 1 time. On the other side, if the person is using service from other member, then the time credit, that person can use time credit accumulated in their time bank account, and the time credit will be transferred from the service receiver, service recipient to the service provider. This is how the whole system works. Today the time bank concept is present in more than 35 countries. Time bank document list almost more than 4 million of services, 4 million hours of services provided by thousands of members. In India, the concept is quite new, but a couple of years ago, trial has been started in Madhya Pradesh, but it's still in trial and not very common and familiar with the citizen. This whole system helps us in many ways. It can help in creating more better community, reduce crime, improve social harmony, and creating more better neighborhood. So, how many of you would like to participate in time bank if it will be available in India? Okay. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster sir, for letting us know what is time bank, and everybody is eager to know more about that. I think they may meet you after the meeting. Please be available. Kindly applaud for Toastmaster. Now, we have a special session today because it's the 4th week and it is called an induction ceremony where many inducting members were already on their toes. And this induction is they are getting induction done from a person who is loved by everyone. She is down to earth, warm, affectionate, caring, humble, ever loving. I request our dearest and nearest Vice President membership, Toastmaster Sureka ma'am, to honor her and please come and elect.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests.
Good evening.
So whenever a new member wishes to join Toastmasters, we are expected to conduct an induction ceremony. And today, on the 30th of September, it's our duty and our privilege to induct 4 new members into Bangalore Toastmasters Club. Great things in Toastmasters can never be done alone. They are indeed done by a group of people. And that group of people could be one exemplary one, like the one we have at our very own club, Bangalore Toastmasters Club. And today, friends, we are here because we recognize a very simple yet profound truth. A truth which was affirmed by our TO Modi today, that individually we are just one drop, but together we make the mighty ocean. So come, let's go together and invent a new and a better tomorrow. I will now call upon our new members to be, one after another, to come and join me on the podium. Born and brought up in Bangalore, this new member to be has lived in Abu Dhabi for the past 17 years. A mother of 2 darling boys, Vivek and Varun. She is the principal of a school in Bangalore for the past 20 years. Reading philosophy, painting and community service is what makes her come alive. Presenting to you Vidya. Please help me welcome Vidya. The next member member-to-be has 5 years experience in the construction industry. Currently pursuing his MBA studies, he is passionate about running and reading. And it is his daily workout that decides whether his day will bloom or descend into doom and gloom. He is also deeply committed towards his rigorous training for his 10-kilometer marathon. Presenting to you, Kollapan. The next member-to-be is a Pakka Bangalorean by birth and has been a Bangalore Toastmaster member in the year 2006 when he was a college student. A scientist of sorts, he is an innovation manager at Directives, the company that manufactures Dettol. The things that grab his attention these days are racket sports, books, and discovering new restaurants. Please help me welcome Abhinandan with a loud bang. The next member-to-be is an architect by profession. His fiction reading is all about mystery and his non-fiction reading is all about finance. He is passionate about cooking, so I have competition there, and the adrenaline rush that he gets by riding his motorcycle. Please help me welcome Abhijit Nair into the spotlight with a loud bang. Now I would request you all to please withhold your applause till the ceremony is completed. Vidya, Kollapan, Abhinandan and Abhijit, you are now about to join an international organization that is committed to helping its members develop their communication and leadership skills. And you are also about to join the distinguished, the celebrated Bangalore Toastmasters Club, which is one of the oldest and the second largest clubs in the country. And I, as VP membership, on behalf of Bangalore Toastmasters Club, along with my colleagues, express our pride and our joy in welcoming you all into our club. And as I have confirmed with VP Education, he is not here today, Vaidyanathan, Toastmaster Vaidyanathan. He has told me that he has assigned mentors to each one of you all, and you have been duly informed of that. And I wish to tell you all that your mentors are, again, Toastmaster Ganesh Pai, Toastmaster Alan Arana, and Toastmaster Umakant Vichur. Now can I please ask these mentors to stand up, please? I have seen that one of them is missing, and that's Umakant Vichur. However, I have confirmed with him. As a formality, I will ask you this question. Will you take up the responsibility of mentorship and pledge to share your knowledge and your experience with the new members?
Sure.
Thank you very much. You can occupy your seats. So again, all of you all, membership in this club, I mean Toastmasters International, is a privilege and a responsibility too. We are here today because we understand that great improvements involve the cooperation of many minds. Together we can only do so little. Alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. So we are here to travel on the trust and the support that we lend each other. This means that you must be active members of the club, attend meetings regularly, perform your duties fully, and work towards keeping our club victorious and vigorous, vital and vibrant. Now I request you to put your right hand forward and please repeat this pledge after me. I, Vidya,
Kollapan, Abhinandan,
in the presence of my fellow members, of the Bangalore Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation, to to attend meetings regularly, and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the projects outlined in the Toastmasters education program, to participate actively in club activities, evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club, so that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters. Thank you very much. You can now put your hands back. I will now ask only the members of Bangalore Toastmasters Club to stand up. Please put your right hand forward as you repeat this oath after me. We, the members of Bangalore Toastmasters Club, pledge to support you in your quest for self-development, to provide you with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, to give you opportunities to help others, and to make your Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. Thank you very much. You can all occupy your seats now. It is now my pleasure to declare you all as the newly inducted members of Bangalore Toastmasters Club. Every Friday evening when you enter this Loyola Hall, you are now the special members of a club that stands tall. I now request our Madam President Hannah to present the membership certificates to our newly inducted members. Thank you, Madam President Hannah, for doing the honors. Welcome, welcome. We greet you as you come our way. Time for learning and time for play. BTMC is where we love to be. Friends together, you and me. Now let's give a big warm welcome to our new members as they leave to occupy their seats. Ceremony. Thank you very much for your attention, and may God bless us all.
Thank you, Toastmasters Great Command, for this wonderful and really kind of touching induction. Wish I was inducted. Now, all old members feel the same way, right? Yes. Now, we have a networking break exactly for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, it is your responsibility to bring them back. Yes. And I guess you can meet Toastmasters to break command. Kindly assemble, please. The voting code has been sent. The pass code is John J-O-Y. 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 John. Done? Now we are stepping into a second segment, that is table topic session. To conduct this, we have a passionate teacher with us who always spreads convivial aura around her. In her ethnic looks, she loves to have fun by playing loud music, sing along when no one is around, just like me. She also loves to spend time with her family, friends, and likes to travel and experience the different lifestyles and culture. I love to travel alone. Please put your hands together to welcome our today's topic master, our ethnic lady, Toastmaster Smita Roshi.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
A few years back, the director of our institution walked to me and said something. I was dumbstruck, tongue-tied, and later I realized that was a table topic not done so well. Many times we are put on the spot, not exactly on the stage, in our daily life situations, and we are tongue-tied. And that's why we need the table topic session. We need to attend, we need to use the chance of the table topic session for Toastmasters. So here goes the table topic session. The timer, please note, the timing will be 30 seconds, 60 seconds and 90 seconds for the green, yellow and orange cards. Here we go, the first topic. I have a confession to make. I have a confession to make. Toastmaster Vijay Kalkundri, please start your table topic.
I have a confession to make that I am very bad at time management. So it was like I am part of a running club called ARC, and they meet in Lalbagh, and people were so convinced that Vijay will not be there when the session is going to start. So no one used to start their exercise, and only when I arrive, they know that okay, now it's 1 minute or 2 minutes past the actual time. So I was like a clock. So if it has to be 5 minutes delay in a particular session or a meeting, then it has to be Vijay. So I have a confession to make that I am bad at time management, but I have made a resolution, and I have a resolution to make that I am going to improve on it, and from table topic session, I am going to start it.
Confession and resolution made. And you are all witnesses to it. Next time we can ask him next time when we meet Toastmaster Vijay. Here goes the second topic. What are the 3 moral rules you will never break? What are the 3 moral rules you will never break? Toastmaster Robinson D'Souza.
The 3 moral rules that I would not like to break. One is that convivial. I think I am the first one to use that word today. Be happy every moment. Use every moment to laugh, to create laughter, to be happy all the times. Life will be very beautiful. The next one is time management. Time management is essential. Remember, God has given everyone the same time. Mr. Modi, I mean Narendra Modi, 24 hours. And me also the same time. If Prime Minister Narendra Modi could make so much difference, why can't I make why can't I try to make that much? And the third one, try to help people as much as possible. As Mr. Saurav said, time bank, yeah, that's a worth thing. Even recently, one of the wealthiest person in India, he has come with that. Helping the people, the senior citizens, they are waiting for you. So remember the three things which I mentioned, which I follow and I don't want to break. You come first.
No doubt, we don't have a count of how many people have been helped by Toastmaster Robinson sir. You have just sold your only car. Tell your wife why this is a good news. You have just sold your only car. Tell your wife why it is good news. Toastmaster Vivek Vijay.
I have sold my only car, that is Santro. It's a 15-year-old car. Fortunately, I could sell it for 80,000. I'll tell you the arithmetic behind why it got sold. Why I sold the car. Now, if you take the number of kilometers that we ran in the last 15 years, ever since I bought this car, was around 85,000 kilometers. That's pretty low. And if you look at all the expenses that was incurred to run the car, I'm not calculating every small expense, the service expense, the petrol expense, etc. It came to around 15 rupees per kilometer, which is very high. 15 rupees per kilometer over past 15 years is very high. And considering that, the amount that I paid to buy that car, that is gone. That is entirely, that I paid around 4.5 lakhs, what I got is 8 lakhs. Sorry, 85,000. So essentially, you shouldn't own a car. The next car, what I am going to do is, next car I am having 8 lakhs put into as normal fixed deposit. From whatever I get from that, we will use it royally to hire a car, go here and there, and your fixed deposit, your principal is same. Only on the interest you are running all your car expenses or your traveling expenses. So what I have done today is a brilliant thing that I should have done even 15 years back.
I truly hope your wife will be very, very convinced by selling that car. If you could go back in time and talk to yourself at the age of 30, what advice would you give yourself? If you could go back in time and talk to yourself at the age of 30, what advice would you give yourself? The topic goes to Toastmaster Jose Paul.
Take a topic master, I think I have to go way long back. 30 years. Okay, I think a lot of things have changed. I'm not going to say the number of years that's passed, but I think a lot of things have changed, and that to adapt to the present thinking and to find success in whatever I am doing, I think there has to be a huge shift in my thinking. And the first thing that comes to me is the way I put things across. I think I have this old, elaborate way of explaining things. I think that is the first thing and the most important thing that I need to relearn. And that is something that I wish I had done when I was 30. And I'm sure that that would have made a huge difference to me, both professionally as well as in my personal life. So I think it's better late than never. So I'm going to start that right now, and here is another resolution. I join my friend Vijay Kalkundri, and that is something that I'm going to add to my life. Over to you,
Every Toastmasters meeting is going to bring you closer to your resolution, Toastmaster Jose. What? Crying is a sign of weakness or strength. What do you think? Crying is a sign of weakness or strength. Goes to Toastmaster Chaitra.
Crying is a sign that you're not a sociopath. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, if there's one thing that makes us human, it's our emotions. And to function as humans, you need to either, sympathize with others, you need to relate to others, you need to communicate with each other. And part of that is communicating your emotions. So yes, crying makes us human. Whether it makes us strong or weak is a different question. I personally believe that it makes us strong because it helps us, communicate. And as humans, we've evolved to live in groups. And this communication of emotions has helped us grow together and build stronger bonds. So I do think that crying overall is a sign of strength. Back to you, Jacob.
Well, that's a new outlook for me. Crying is a kind of communication. Yes, awesome. Share your memories on a day at a beach. Share your memories on a day at a beach. Hold on, there's a small catch. You need to use the word tiger in your speech. The topic goes to Toastmaster Bruno.
There was a tiger at the beach. And had a cup of beer with the tiger.
Everybody looks like a tiger.
The idea is that, okay, to confuse somebody who is not a topic champion, you give it topic tiger at the beach. There are tigers at the beach. And there are humans at the beach. And generally what happens is, the tigers, the humans, they have fun. This is how you confuse the table champion. Hold you.
Maybe it was Tiger Shroff. What do people think of women which is not true? What do people think of women which is not true? The topic goes to Toastmaster Shelma.
Yes, wonderful topic which you have given me. Most of the time, when a woman, generally when a lady drives a car, okay, maybe she's driving properly, but most of the men they say, look at her how she's driving. She can't drive properly. So it is a same old saying, but I feel that's not true. Women drive. They drive truly well because they have a lot of patience when driving. They follow the traffic rules, and most of the time they excel than men, I can say. Thank you.
I can't agree with you more, and it's a very common scene when I drive with my husband. while playing your favorite game. One funny incident that happened while playing your favorite game. Topic goes to Toastmaster Kansha.
Good evening, everyone. As of now, I don't even remember game or funny incident which ever happened. But yeah, still now, it was long back. I was in school. I was playing this pen fighting. It was there was people used to they used to battle us how we are going to perform on that. But that was the game which I really used to enjoy. We used to sit back on the back benches. There we used to sit. We used to hide ourselves so we can play that. That was a funny memory which I remember.
Of course, the backbenchers had all the fun. If you could be of any age for 1 week, what age it would be and why? If you could be of any age for 1 week, what age would it be and why? Toastmaster Richard.
Toastmaster and distinguished guests. The age I would like to be. Perhaps only that age where there is no responsibility. as I was in college, and I always regret that I didn't study well. And I studied in a Jesuit institution where all facilities were provided. But I feel if I find any Jesuit priest who had taught me at that time, I would fall to his feet and cry that I didn't utilize the opportunities provided. But one thing I want to tell him that I learned more from Toastmasters than that of college. And I have not failed in my life. I have risen in my life. And though I didn't fulfill your requirement and I earned red eyes from all the teachers, being connected to the society would teach me more to be successful, particularly in the field of salesmanship. Over to Madam.
Indirect message to me that I should not be red-eyed to my students. Thank you, sir. Among my friends, I am famous for. Among my friends, I am famous for. The topic goes to Toastmaster Guru.
Thank you very much. So most of my friends, when they party, when they do anything, they want Guru only. Most of the people, they need fun. If they need fun, again they need Guru. Most of my friends, they need entertainment. Again, they need Guru. Most of my friends need dance. Who can do that? Guru can do that. So they need Guru. So my friends always need Guru for any kind of activities. Either it could be a party or it could be hardy. Over to that, they come.
Madam President, next installation ceremony, we have somebody to look up to. Your favorite memory of Navratri celebration. Your favorite memory of Navratri celebration. The topic goes to Toastmaster Guru Raj.
Celebrations. My favorite Navratri celebration memory. I think I hardly remember celebrating Navratri because this year, okay, I think this is too sad to say, but still I'll anyway say it because my grandfather expired last year, so it hasn't been a year since then. So this year I do not have Navratri celebration at home. But I think the best part about celebrating Navratri is getting together with your family, getting some time to spend with your cousins who come home, you bring sweets over, and I think it's the time of the year when the whole family gets together. You get together and you have a lot of fun together with your family, and you eat together. Even in my family, we actually drink together. So I think that is something that is really fun to do. Yeah, so like Guru said, he was pointing to me saying every time he said Guru, he pointed to me. I know that was accidentally or he did purposely, but yeah, every time we dance or have fun or whatever, it's a party, they need Guru. So and thank you, Guru.
So there is another candidate too. What is your number one goal in the next 6 months? What's your number one goal for the next 6 months, Toastmaster Nazni?
Good evening, Toastmasters and esteemed guests.
Good evening.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for that wonderful topic. I don't actually plan out goals. I take each day at a time. Planning is good when you can implement it, because everything in life is unpredictable. I never thought that these weeks, this TPL, I will be attending the sessions because I had work. So planning failed. So now I have decided I will stay as it comes, and I'm not going to plan ahead in life. Because when I'm truly telling you, I never thought that this TPL season, just because of the competitive spirit, I came back to Bangalore Toastmasters. Otherwise, I would have taken a break, as I have a lot of traveling to do. So for the next 6 months, I think I'll be traveling more, and you'll be seeing less of me. Thank you, and over to you, Fred.
You know your spirit, Nazneen. So with that message, take one day at a time, one step at a stride. That brings us to the end of the table topic session. Over to our TMB.
Thank you, Toastmasters Smita, for this wonderful session. Let us give thunder of applause. Welcome to the third session, that is General Evaluation session. To conduct this session, we have a Canadian person who has conveyed the message for today's theme as: you don't stop having fun because you grow old, but you grow old because you stop having fun. And she continues and says, you have one life and it is too short. So have fun and make the most of it. We have witnessed this Toastmaster, or we can say distinguished Toastmaster, her creativity, which she used to bring fun into whatever she does. She has come several times. She has come dressed up as alien, as a table topic master, and we have seen twice as a Santa Claus during Timo. She was the first lady president of Bangalore Toastmasters in 2004, and she got Toastmasters of Bangalore to think about a social issue, that is road safety, through an inter-club speech contest, when she also organized a panel discussion. She is a Bangalore's first woman distinguished Toastmaster, and she is the first Indian to be profiled in Toastmaster International magazine. For her HPL project, she did a speech craft for dyslexia. and it was covered in Times of India, Deccan Herald, and Indian Express, apart from Toastmaster International Magazine. She was among the first batch of ambassadors in 2014 when 30 Toastmasters from India and Sri Lanka were selected to promote Pathways as a new educational program launched by Toastmasters International. Presently, she is an executive communication and speech coach and trainer. Join your hands to welcome our today's general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sumitra Manmohan. My dear guest, your dear Modi, signing off now. And only one life, as ma'am said, a short life. So have fun today, tomorrow, and always. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster ETM Toreza, for that introduction. I had forgotten many of those things and reviving it. I was newly married, and it was my first grand dinner for guests. So I asked my husband Manmohan to taste the main dish and tell me if I had to add something. He smacked his lips, he gave a broad smile, and I looked very expectantly at him as to what he would say. He's a lawyer. You have to add taste. Had I taken that very seriously, I'm sure the Mahabharata would have still continued. Fortunately, it's the 1942, a love story, and I have to start general evaluation of meeting number 1344. A disclaimer. All comments are made with the intention of helping the role takers. If you like it, take it, relish it, like Sureka's yummy eats. If you don't like it, God has given us 2 years. Take it from 1 year, let it go off from the other year. Okay? With that spirit, let us start and look at meeting number 1344, how it went. It was a lovely, pleasant surprise to see our Sergeant at Arms back in action. Welcome, Sai Deepak. Where are you? Oh, yeah. It was really nice, and he comes all the way from Whitefield. And you need this. And you need this grooming, you know, as Sergeant at Arms. Your wife will be very happy. You set the home right, you know. So I'm sure she'll be happy. Yes, I remembered you with a soft voice. But the way you started off the meeting with great josh, great improvement. Yeah? I liked your personal story. It was crisp and nice. And then you introduced our president also, you know, in a very crisp manner. Maybe a little more later. You can do it once you come more often. For a great comeback and a great way of starting off our meeting, let's give Sai Deepak. We next had our president take over, and I think true to the theme of the day, she's let down her hair, and a great change, you know, from that tight bun, no nonsense look. Keep it up, Madam President. It's a wonderful change, yeah. And I liked the way you know, introduced me. Before that, you welcome all the guests. That was a great, great thing, because first we have to welcome the guests, and of course, fortunately, the secretary, you asked whether the meetings are in order, and that was done well, yeah. And even the way you spoke about the theme, and I've noticed you're getting very poetic. You're very nice, very well playing with words. Rajdeep, you have a competitor. Yeah. One little suggestion, if I may add, is you somehow try and introduce the theme to Toastmasters. Connect it to Toastmasters also, and then hand it over to the TMOD. And as Raj C. Spendley has said, learning happens with fun. Right? It was a wonderful thing you could have connected. That's the only suggestion I have. But you have lovely stories. This time you didn't have your personal story. Not that you made it up with your poetic message. Well done. Let's give and for the Toastmaster of the day, I must say we had the right person. She is someone who works hard, meticulous. She was the one who came in first and started looking around as to what has to be done. She is someone who works hard and parties even harder. Yeah, keep it up, DTM Teresa. You set the mood really well by asking us all to clap. Yeah, that's typical of you because she is a party person. So that's the right way done. Well done for that. And I liked your introductions also, because I felt mine was too long. You should have cut it down, I felt. Yeah. So very old now. It's time to forget people like me. So keep it short. If I may give you any suggestions, is today I found your energy a bit low. You're known for a lot of energy. You got a lot of antics on the stage that I was missing. That's the only thing. And another suggestion that I have is, when you say the next speaker, perhaps you give, at what level and what pathway it is there. And for the guidelines of this speech, hand it over to the evaluator. Yeah, because then it dilutes your introduction. So that's one suggestion I have. And then even your transition, the fitness thing, you said, I also have to change myself. That was done very well. On the whole, well done, Teresa. And I know in the morning you were busy. And keeping that in mind, to our Colgate ambassador, let's give a nice warm and then we had the prepared speaker session. Of course, regarding the secretary, thank you, Bruno, for meticulously putting it up. Before the next meeting, you somehow put it up. And I noticed that even when mistakes were made, you were very alert and did it immediately. And instead of mistakes, I give you one little tip. I used to do the newsletter, and if someone pointed out the mistake, yes, I deliberately kept those mistakes. I wanted to see if you really read it. Okay, keep that in mind. So that is how we cover up our mistakes. Okay? And then we had a prepared speech session. Our first speaker was Sahana, and she spoke about fitness, and her evaluator is Area Director Nagesh.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Good evening. Embrace and not entangle in your journeys. Shred tension, anxiety, and fears. Embrace what? Embrace discipline, continuity, and positive changes. These are the things that came out very loudly from our first speaker, Toastmaster Sahana. Giving speeches, Toastmaster Sahana, has become a part of your life now, so you had fun today on the stage. I must tell you. So what more did I like from your speeches? Let's break it down as fun itself. Firstly, a fabulous speech at your second attempt on this Toastmasters stage. And you were calm, composed, and very poised, so fantastic there. Secondly, you talked about physical and mental issues. Sitting on the desk, sitting in front of the laptop for a very long time, something which is very ubiquitous. I felt very apt selection of the topic there, Toastmaster Sahana. I realized how physical issues, activities lead to mental issues as well from your speech. Very well done there. Thirdly, you took an incident from your life and spoke to us about how people spoke to you about your physical appearance, made remarks, and tried to put you down. What was also notable was that your health and fitness that you took and you started working upon that also led you to picking up your guitar and started singing about. So these two incidents, bringing that into your speech, brought a bit of credibility to what you were talking on, health and fitness. Kudos to you, because credibility is very important as far as speech, topic and content is concerned. Very, very well done there. Toastmaster Sahana, if I have to listen to this speech again from you on the same topic, I would recommend a few changes or suggestions for your consideration. Just two of them, I'm sure they are easy for you to consider. The first one is you talked about people getting stressed out physically because they work at the desk. And you went on with your speech, you gave us why it is necessary for taking care of health and fitness. Somewhere in the middle, you also said you brought in that laptop issue, saying that people sit longer hours in front of the laptop and have issues physically. I think there I felt there was a repetition coming after some time, though it emphasizes, you continued saying at one point of time, why am I speaking about this is. So the reason for focusing on health and fitness came at multiple points of time. Had you put it once together, I felt structurally it would have been better. Second, what I want to challenge you, I would say, not a recommendation. The next project that is coming up for you, Project Speech 3, is vocal variety and body language. At 2 points of time, you said, those statements broke me. And when I saw you here, I didn't see you breaking down. So consider using your vocal variety and the stage to bring that emotion when you really broke down. You also said, I wanted to change this. I want to break this monotony. How do I do it? So these are the 2 places where I felt you can improve on in the next speech on the vocal variety. So great voice, good narration, content and purpose was well met. I would say speech purpose was met. Back to you.
Thank you, Area Director Nagesh and Sahana, for your great speech. I don't know if you've done the vocal varieties project, because it's a newly one introduced. So if you haven't done it, then I think it will enlighten you more, right? If you've taken it earlier, then it wasn't there, right? The vocal variety. And another witness, you may be wondering why I want it so far away. It's not because of coronavirus. They always keep it at the back of the, person who comes, and I don't want to see the back side. That's why I went there. Okay. Our second speaker was Raj Sharif. What do I call him? The treasure chest of knowledge and wisdom. Every word of his is a pearl of wisdom. And to evaluate him, we have Ganesh Pai. May I please have the
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening. Good evening. They say God's delays are not God's denials. Dr. Rajdeep has been mentoring me for last 3 years and has given me innumerable feedbacks. And I was always looking for ways to settle my score. And today I intend to pay him back in same coin. That said, let us do a deep dive into what was a feedback speech. Dr. Rajdeep, where did you excel? First, the topic, the choice of topic. I know I'm in the company of elite members belonging to fraternity, and I'll be setting the cat among the pigeons when I say the education system at least did not teach me how to think. And that's when I heard the topic first time, thinking and out, it really struck a chord with me, because you were taking us through a topic which is absolutely unique and something we have not had flavor. So that way, I must say, a brilliant choice of topic. Next up, on the structure, very clear. I mean, you were absolutely clear in terms of first the focus of thinking, I think the facets of thinking. 1, 2, 3. Clearly explained us tarka, kutarka, vitarka, what works, what doesn't work, with the examples and your trademark humor. Then you gave us the solutions. And here also, again, very clear in terms of articulating the 3 S's: solutions storming, solution focusing, and simplifying solution. So we are absolutely clear what is that we need to do, how to do, and what not to do as well. And like I said throughout the speech, you kept us engaged, as in 12 minutes. We couldn't take our eyes off you because every word we're trying to catch, and we thought, oh, this is my moment of realization. And next moment you had something novel to say. So that way you kept us engaged all through the 12 minutes. And the next is the balance. The balance you struck. So talking for 20 minutes, keeping the audience hooked for 20 minutes is not that easy. Okay, even the attention span what we have. And here you did remarkably well. So you had a nice balance. I think you spoke for 12 minutes, and then you gave us 8 minutes to clear some of the mental cobwebs we may have. And here as well, you didn't really rush through. Okay, each question you took it and did the justice in terms of the answer. Guru's question possibly was not that easy, and your answer was as novel as one can really think of. And these are not typical, theoretical answers. This has a lot of weightage, and there was that persuasiveness, if I can say, that hey, yeah, it makes sense. I think what you are saying we can implement on Monday morning. So that way, I really like the way you answered. Now, what you could have done differently, and here I was really at my wit's end, splitting whatever little hair I'm left with. See what exactly you could have done different. And your speech was absolutely flawless. And that's when I had my Vitarka moment. I realized Dr. Rajdeep was really, this topic was right up in his alley. He's a prolific thinker himself. So he couldn't have gone wrong. And the way he really took us through the 20 minutes, it was absolutely clear. That's when I thought, maybe, how about if you could have chosen a topic on, let's say, cryptocurrency, and what's the future of it, how it will evolve, will it be regulated? just to make yourself comfortable. Nothing else. See, the topic you chose had a lot of value for us as a business, but for a prolific speaker that you are, how could you have chosen yourself to be uncomfortable and gone a little bit deeper? Maybe that's the one thing I think you may want to think. Having said that, I must say your speech, the way you answered entire topic, I must say you really got us thinking. Thank you so much. Looking forward to your next speeches.
Thank you, Rajdeep, for that great speech, and Ganesh Bhai for your evaluation. Yes, I too found you a little uncomfortable. I don't know whether it was the question and answer session you were, and it's not in your elements, I would say. That typical humor, you turn around the questions and all that. I don't know why it was. Maybe the time constraint, because all of us are very, very conscious of time today. So we are not at our fun best. Yeah? Yeah. So our third speaker was Saurabh, and he was evaluated by Priyanka Ranode. May I call upon Priyanka?
Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters, your guests, and Toastmaster Saurabh in particular. Toastmaster Saurabh, I like the way you came onto the stage and took charge of it with full energy. With that powerful start of yours, you drew everyone's attention. You started your speech with a personal experience, and you demoted it that you brought in for this personal story that you brought in. And just not that, you even distincted the character with aptly using the vocal variety. I must say, you are a great storyteller. I must admit, when I heard your speech title, I thought it was about time management. But you took me for a surprise by introducing a new concept called time bank. Though this was your first speech, you appeared very confident and comfortable while delivering the speech. You very well interacted with the audience and ensured that they are very well aware of this concept and the importance of it. It was very thought-provoking because in today's time, where you and I have come across a lot of people who really need help, but they don't have help nearby, I hope this concept is brought in India very soon, full-fledged. For me, this speech was a combination of informational story and persuasive. If I may give 2 suggestions that can take your speech a notch higher, one would be your speech pace. At many places, your words were not very clear, so it could happen that the listener could not catch a lot of things. What were you saying? And the second would be the conclusion. I'm not sure because of the timing that was being shown to you, your conclusion could have been a little more clear and crisp. I felt you rushed a little at your conclusion. Otherwise, overall, it was an amazing speech and a very thought-provoking and a new concept. All the best in your future speech. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Saurabh, and it was such a pleasure hearing your very powerful voice because you hardly speak. Keep it up, and we want to see you more often. And Priyanka, thank you for your evaluation. Timer is not so aggressive today. Thanks to this. And then we have the induction ceremony. It's not only done very ceremoniously, but you do it with such warmth and care. You ensure your new members to be inducted were comfortably seated there. You had the lady new member sitting next to you. You ooze with love, care, and generosity. Keep it up. One little doubt I have, we had 4 new members. What happens, I don't know, there were only 3 mentors mentioned. What about the 4th mentor?
No, there were 2.
Common.
Oh, fine. I think that was not clear. Anyway, so I thought someone was left out. So that's all. That's the only observation I had. And another. Then we had a break. Before we could realize it's a break, we have to come back. 3 minutes is too short a time. And on that note, I'd just like to give some suggestion. If you know induction is always on the 4th week, please don't keep speeches that are 20 minutes and still have another 2 speeches. Because then the TMOD, the GE, all are hard pressed for time and we can't really give any feedback. That's the only suggestion I have. And now I call, coming to the table topic, Madam, table topic person. Now she's not a strong feminist, so she should have really, risen up in arms, master. Yeah? Being a teacher, she was very clear on the topics and she read it out, really read it out clearly. I think none of the people who came up here had any doubts about your topic. That is how a table topic person should call out the topics, and it was short and crisp, so easy to grasp. So future table topic persons, please make a note of this. Yeah? Be thorough with the topic yourself and then call it out clearly so we all can know. And what I liked was, it was worded in such a way, it could lend to a lot of fun, and we did have people come out, very joyfully and create a lot of fun, like a Master of Fun guru. Yeah? So it was very subtly worded. It could turn to be humorous, it could be this. Well done. I think here the table topic person has overshot the time a little, I think. Yeah? So, and now we come to our tag team. Aishwarya, time is money, so we have the right person, Aishwarya Prosperity. Please tell me which Toastmasters turned into bulls and came running at your red flag.
Good evening, everybody. As William Penn rightly said, time is what we want the most and what we use the worst. We didn't use it worse and all. We didn't spend the time today. We invested our time in what we are learning here in Toastmasters Club. So the only time that was extended was during the table topic section. We took 2 minutes 55 seconds extra, and the third speaker, Toastmaster Saurabh, took 30 seconds extra. And the table topics, apart from Toastmaster Robinson sir and Toastmaster Vivek Vijayan, everybody went in within the 1.5 minute time that this came into that. Over to you.
That's how we didn't have Toastmaster bulls running at us. Yeah, and then we have our founder Chiran. We have our ever-ending potholes in the speakers will be pointing out. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So today we had the best person who has controlled her speeches, like Toastmaster Sahana. She had only one long pause at the end. So apart from that, Toastmaster Hannah had 1 and 1 and. DTM Teresa ma'am had 2 and 2 so. And DTM Raj Sharif sir had 4 so's. So apart from this, the rule takers, if it comes, like Sai Deepak had 4 R's, like 3 and 2 and Saurabh, Toastmaster Saurabh had 3 4 and 2 so. So when it comes to the table topic speakers, Vijay K. Robinson sir, Vivek Vijayan, Sharma and Chaitra had no filler words, while Ghanshyam Richard sir and Guru had 3 and Nazneen had 2 1 and so. Over to you.
Thank you, Chiran, for your report. And now let's call up Grammar Commander Alan, Toastmaster Alan.
You know, it's a good meeting when the good usages outweigh the not so good usages. So the good usages, some of the examples were bringing the house in order, two-way street, commend and recommend, 2 sides of a coin, debilitating, good Samaritan, breakthrough thinking, solution storming. Together we can make a mighty ocean, calm, composed and poised, mental cobwebs, ubiquitous. Now, the not so good usages where boys go to proposal could have been boys went to propose, or given the context, rushed. Now, towards downstairs could have been rushed downstairs or went down. When a woman could have been when woman. Now, the word of the day was used only by DTM Teresa. Please give a huge round of applause. And Robinson sir, both get second helpings of snacks, so don't make faces when they go for their second round of snacks. Back to the gentleman.
Thank you, Alan, for your feedback. And that brings us to the end of the general evaluation session. As I said in the beginning, if you didn't like the comments, you can't digest it. You may turn farty, but you have to party today because the theme of the meeting is life is all about having fun. So it's back to our Adam West.
so much, DT and Sumitra ma'am. May I please request all of us to give a huge round of applause. The voting link is on the chat on the group. Request all of you to vote. The joy is possible. One announcement to be made. Today is the 30th of September. Request all of you who was not renewed to please renew. Even if you pay tomorrow, we will not, though it goes into the account of, from October, but we will not, the club will not get that DCP point. So request all of you, if you can please do the membership renewal today itself. Today is the last day. First award we will announce. There's one award which is we filled in. So the best speaker award goes to Dr. DTM Raj Sharif Manwani. Best table topics speaker goes to Toastmaster Guru Prasad. The best role taker award goes to DTM Teresa. The best tag role player goes to Toastmaster Alan Arana. And the best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Ganesh Pai. We thank each one of you for making the time to attend this meeting. I'm sure each of you have benefited from the time you've given here. A very good night, and I now adjourn meeting number 1344. The snacks, don't forget the snacks. The double round of snacks for Teresa. Yes, if you all can please speak with the ma'am.
Then I asked
never got it wrong.
Take hand over.